Daniel Isaac sir and Alan sir, I was with them. They are head of MFN and I met them and it's amazing. I know their work and they have kept the quality. The promotion is really good. What I feel, there is no other promotion in India right now who can match MFN and know about what are the fighters. And I really like GSP. There are so many athletes and fighters. I've already said that they got bullied, but I really got bullied in my school and college.
On that part, who's your favorite MMA fighter and why?
Frankie Edgar.
Okay.
Despite of size disadvantage, he was lightweight champion where Khabib dominated the division. What I don't like about the sport is favoring.
Okay.
Partiality. Long back when we used to train in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And blue belt coming to the gym was like the big thing for us.
Yeah. Very rare also.
Yeah. Very rare. Now I'm using close up just because it gives that mouth
fresh feeling.
That
you actually feel that.
I feel.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the MADtherapy Sessions podcast. In today's 18th episode, we have Chaitanya Gavali. Chaitanya is a two-time MMA world champion. He's a featherweight champion in Ultimate Beatdown, a Bantamweight champion in Warrior FC. He's a BJJ purple belt who's won the BJJ Nationals thrice. He's currently fighting in MFN and is the head coach of the Ultimate Fitness Mixed Martial Arts in Mumbai. Chaitanya, how was your recent experience with MFN?
This was my second fight with MFN.
Okay.
The last fight didn't go as planned. But I was really happy to compete at MFN event. They are giving a great platform to every athlete in India. And this year in March, I finished my 10 years of pro fighting.
Wow.
And I've been competing before that. But this year I finished my 10 years and this was
in
my
pro
fight
fighting.
after that. Yeah, pro fighting, yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm really happy that I could do what I wanted to do, how I wanted to perform, go aggressively,
Yeah.
show some boxing skills, some
Yeah.
body work takedowns. And I was really happy that I could show what real mixed martial art is. And people should know that India is at certain level. There are athletes who have that much skill set to showcase on the
And even the crowd reaction to your match was amazing because I saw the fight later. So, but overall, the whole experience of because it's a very well organized tournament at the end of the day.
So I've competed in so many events, but the good thing about this event was when I entered into the cage. Now I could feel that vibe that MFN has created between the athletes and the audience. When I went into the cage, I could connect with the audience. I could connect with the people who were shouting for me, and giving claps and come on, and then that gave me more energy. To
exactly.
perform better. And what else can athlete want? Once he has the stage to perform, and once the lights are on, you can just.
And they support the athletes and fighters quite a lot. The media management is top notch.
The Matrix Fight Night, they have amazing team. Their hospitality it's top notch. I know them from very long time. When I started MMA, I was with them.
Okay.
Daniel Isaac sir and Alan sir, I was with them.
Okay.
And now they are head of MFN and I met them and it's amazing. I know their work and they have kept the quality. The promotion is really good. What I feel, there is no other promotion in India right now who can match MFN and their quality. And how they treat the fighters and it's amazing. I'm really happy that I'm
a part of it.
Still part of the MMA community and still competing.
Yeah. So how did you get into MMA? You are into jiu-jitsu, you are into judo. So how did this journey start?
So I was into judo at my college time.
Okay.
I did judo around 3-4 years. And then I met my judo coach told me that there is MMA academy and you can just go and see how it feels. And my previous coach was his student. Okay,
so
understood. That's how we got connected. And then I went and I saw the demonstration of MMA. And then I felt like there are few things which are very similar to judo. The ground techniques, the BJJ. In judo, it's Newaza.
Okay.
And if you don't know, the Newaza is ground technique. And I was quite fat that time. I was more over 100.
So I saw a post on Instagram where you have made a comparison post when you were 95 kgs and then you were 75 kgs.
Yes.
So what was that story about?
So that that transformation happened because
part of the journey of the
arts. Yeah, that was, so I joined and I wanted to just look good, get into shape and gain more confidence because I was in college, and if
but you always wanted to become a professional fighter?
no, never. I never thought of any career at all.
Okay.
That what I want to do. I was just enjoying my life.
So how did that happen? How did that transition from
What I feel that like there are so many athletes and fighters. I've already said that they got bullied, but I really got bullied in my school and college. And if you're fat, come on, there are disadvantages to you. People can hit you and they just run away and you cannot chase them.
Yeah.
And there were so many things which was in my mind, and I said no, something got to be changed.
Yeah.
And then I started doing, and I started liking the punching and grappling, And then slowly, my coach told me that, do you want to, compete in amateur tournament? And I said, sir, you think I'm ready? And then he said, yeah, I think you're ready. You're strong. You just stay confident. And I just started competing and I started winning. And that's how I developed my love for MMA. And then eventually I turned pro when Super Fight League came, the first ever event.
So when you were coming up as an amateur, who were your role models whom you looked up to?
That time I actually wasn't on the internet so much, on YouTube, but I used to know about what are the fighters, and I really like GSP. For me, GSP, Josh St. Pierre, is the greatest mixed martial artist on the earth right now because his discipline, his technique, his skill level, his confidence is at another level. He has shown everything inside the cage, outside the cage, how a human and an athlete should behave. And I just follow his philosophy, and I'm sure I'll be following.
I think he just came out with a documentary also.
Yeah, he did. And there are so many things he has done apart from the other fighters, so that makes him something special. So I idolize him, and there are so many people I have connected throughout the years. Like I want to mention one name, JJ Ambrose. If you know, he was a Bellator fighter, and he has fought. He's still signed with 1FC. And he has his own gym in US, and he visited Mumbai. Like so many, like I don't know, 8 years back. Yeah, and he just fought. He flew down to Mumbai, and then he just went to straight to gym floor and started working out. He just came from the fight, and I could see his work ethics and his dedication towards the sport and what it really means to him.
Understood.
That taught me so much that what I'm doing is not enough. I gotta get up, and that's how I.
So again, on that part, who's your favorite MMA fighter and why?
The favorite MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar.
And why?
Despite of size disadvantage, he was lightweight champion where Khabib dominated the division.
Yeah.
He was the smallest person. He never cut weight, and he was never on PEDs or anything. He was clean. And he was just pure heart. There are good fighters, there are great fighters, and there are elite fighters.
Yeah.
And what I feel, Frankie Edgar is an elite fighter. And now he's competing in Bantamweight division. And he's still doing really good. I don't know what is the force behind them which keeps them going. But
it's crazy.
Really admire and I really idolize Frankie Edgar, what he's doing.
Okay. So you yourself have become a coach now, a head coach. So how's the coaching experience?
Oh, it's been amazing. I'm really lucky and fortunate.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying a lot. I enjoy being their coach, their friend. It's not. I've connected so many people throughout my coaching journey. I used to coach before also in my previous gym, but I was kind of assistant coach. I used to just help around, but right now it's on me to teach them, prepare them for their fights. I usually had raw people coming into my gym and starting from the scratch, and I need to create their syllabus and the techniques and which will work, which will not. I need to stay updated and to go on the mat, train with them, and understand what is their strength and weaknesses.
You yourself have to keep yourself updated so that you can match with the.
I never take break. I always train with them, so I can know how much they are getting better at their things. And I think every fighter who has competed professionally, or they shouldn't just stop the martial art once they stop fighting. They should go into the coaching and they should pass the knowledge.
Give it back to the sport.
Because when I started coaching, I never knew that how much knowledge I have or I gathered around so many years. But once I started teaching, I realized that there are so many things I can offer to young athletes.
Yeah.
Right now I'm doing the same thing. I got a great team of fighters, and I'm sure they are gonna become the great.
You want to talk about your team also? I mean, you have crazy fighters in your team.
Yeah.
So
they're really good. The 2 fighters just went for world championship, and almost everyone is national champion right now in MMA, and the BJJ is also picking up very well. The thing is, I'm also actively competing fighter.
Yeah.
And it's a disadvantage also, an advantage also, because not many gyms has a coach who is actively fighting and teaching at the same time. And that's the advantage my team has.
Yeah.
Because I'm sharp on my feet.
Yeah.
I'm not just sitting on my
You're
chair.
Still active.
I'm still active. When I'm fighting, obviously, yes, there are times which I need to take away for my improvement. But most of the time, I work with my fighters and understand the game. It's never ending.
You want to talk about some of your teammates? I mean, what are they doing? And basically your students.
Yeah, you want me to address them?
Like few of them who are doing really good. Right recently.
If I could talk, I would talk about everyone.
Okay.
But if you just, but I will start with a female fighter. Her name is Sarita Rathod.
Yeah.
So I heard she's
a
force to reckon with. I think right now in atomweight division, she's the best fighter in India.
Wow.
There is some fine tuning left, but she's
there,
tough
almost
as
there.
nail.
Yeah.
We have Aditya Bhosle. We call him Karate Kid. Pratik Shetty. They all came when they're very new in martial art. He has done some karate and some different martial arts, but right now they have made themselves in something different person. I'm sure I'm doing something right with them, and I want to be a better coach so I can make them a better athlete.
So there are a lot of people who would want to join MMA as a beginner, but they consider it as a brutal sport. So what's your take on it? What do you think? How safe is the sport?
If you ask about how brutal it is, it is quite brutal. If you see, if you're a fan of MMA and you've been watching a lot of fights, and you'll see there are fights which go into bloodbath.
Yeah.
But if you ask how much safer it is, I think it's very much safer rather than other sports, because once you get knocked down in MMA, or even as a flash knockout, you get and you down, a fight is stopped.
Yeah.
Not unlike other sports where you get rocked and ref gives you count, and then you recover and you fight back. But still there is a trauma on your brain, and you just keep fighting and you keep damaging your body. But in MMA, once you get knocked down, even you recover, ref will stop. You have seen so many times fighters argue that I was okay.
Why did you stop so early?
Yeah. And there are times when fighter covers up and they hit on the hand, but ref stops because it's not defending.
It's for the save. Yeah.
Intelligently, smartly.
But what about in the gym when you're practicing? How safe is it? Because, for example, if I want to join, someone like me who wants to join in, and if you want to address them, like new guys like me, what would you tell them? How safe is it? The sport, practicing jiu-jitsu or MMA inside a gym?
So I think creating a safer environment and a good atmosphere in the gym is very important.
Okay.
There are times when ego clashes and people tend to go too hard on each other, and then injuries happen. But if there is someone who's monitoring the training and we have perfectly syllabus training, proper plan, I think we can avoid training and stay healthy. Because I've been training from so many years and I've faced so many injuries and don't want my athletes to go through the same phase.
Understood,
so I try to plan the trainings accordingly where they don't get injured much. But yes, injuries are part of the game, but
nothing serious.
Nothing serious. I don't think so it's that dangerous as wrestling or boxing. MMA is much safer, but yes, it's much harder.
Okay. So what's one thing you would like to change about MMA, and one thing which you like about the sport? So we'll start with what you don't like about the sport and you would like to change about it.
What I don't like about the sport is favoring.
Okay.
Partiality. Like fight goes to the 3 round and a fighter wins. The fighters wins.
But then the judges decide, right?
Judges decide. Yeah, there are partialities happen because there are coach, and maybe the the judges are not too qualified
Okay.
for the event. It's the organizers or promoters' job to have a good team on the panel, judges and refs. That thing I don't like, because if you are conducting an event and where athlete is preparing 1 or 2 months, giving his everything, sacrificing the functions and
Understood.
family function, not meeting his friend, not giving time to his family, and then he's going into the fight where judges are not trained. Maybe the promoter itself is a coach of the fighter, and the fighting, there has to be some criteria where.
So you think, how do we improve it? You think there should be a qualification thing to?
Yeah, there should be qualifications, but the MMA community is still not united as it should have been. Because when I started,
there's so many federations.
Yeah, so many federations, and I don't know why it's like that still. Because everybody should be focusing on personal growth and bettering themselves. How good that they can be, with combined effort. If we can just help each other,
because that can be another thing which you don't like is there's so many we are so divided. It has to be a unified body, but I
hate it. I hated the bad organizing event. I always want that you should give a good platform. It doesn't take too much to put up an event,
and especially when you have traveled all over the world and you have attended so many bigger tournaments, and you have seen how well they have organized. So so there is potential there.
There is potential. We can improve a lot. I think we are on the verge of getting there.
What's one thing you like about MMA in India?
Because one thing I like that everybody loves fighting. It's not fighting by yourself, just watching the fighting, they love it. It's in our culture. We have been fighting, I don't know, 10,000 years back.
Yeah, exactly.
That Mahayuddhas and everything. It's in our culture. It's
a part of the culture, true.
Everybody is warrior within. And what I feel that once you introduce someone to mixed martial arts or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the real character comes out, how they want to fight. The mentality, what I feel that Indians have that mentality, they can fight back.
That fight mentality.
Fight mentality is there. The warrior is in them. It's just we have to take
ignite
it out.
And guide it.
And the MMA is kind of a way for them to just channelize.
Exactly.
Even they are not training, but they watch and they feel good. I feel
like they even if someone else is fighting, they can sense the
Yes. And I like about mixed martial art that mixed martial art can connect to each and everyone in our country. And what I feel that our country will be the biggest fan base for MMA in coming years. What I feel.
And it's entertaining also. It's not. It's not boring. That's why you get a lot of sponsors also, because it's an entertaining fight at the end of the day.
True.
Any dental injuries you have seen happening on field or in the gym?
No,
not MMA.
Not really, but I've seen people who had already lost their teeth.
Okay.
For the fight, so they remove them organ and they don't have teeth. So that's what I've seen, but I've never seen anybody break the teeth.
You're also a BJJ purple belt. How does it feel to be one? Do you think it's put a lot of responsibility on you, or what's your
at the beginning, yes, I felt kind of responsibilities, thrust upon me, that becoming a purple belt, and once I go back to my gym and I start competing, and it will be a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
But then I realized that it's kind of a medal or appreciation to you
for the hard work you have
upgraded.
Done. Yeah.
You have done something better, and you now deserve a purple belt. And that's when I realized, okay, I don't need to get too much pressure on me. I just enjoy, and you have to just trust your coach. If he gives you purple, then that is, he thinks that you have improved. And I just took that thought and I just kept my journey going. And it's been 7 years now. I've been purple belt. My brown belt is due.
Okay.
So hopefully I get
soon.
my brown belt
Yes. How's the Mumbai scene in MMA? What do you feel about the whole MMA culture happening in Mumbai right now?
I think Mumbai has a great potential in MMA.
Okay.
We have a lot of gyms are doing great work. I can say there is Mumbai, and then there are other cities. because Mumbai has a different base of people. There are so many MMA gyms we don't even know.
Yeah.
And there is a thing that there is a gym, people are training and you don't want to pay attention to them. But suddenly, sometime in 1 year, 2 years the line, the fighters will come from that gym.
Okay.
Because everybody has access to knowledge. And in the bigger cities, we have so many big gyms, but there are not many small gyms. But Mumbai has so many small gyms and there are so many athletes which are training there. They are naturally gifted athletes. It's just they don't have guidance. And what I feel in coming years, the athletes gonna rise up. And there will be a lot of fighters from Mumbai itself.
So there's a lot of potential in Mumbai, basically.
Yeah, there is a lot. It's just they don't have proper guidance or the proper mentorship.
One thing which I speak to people is the pandemic, how it affected them in a lot of different ways. So how did the pandemic affect you, your gym, and personally?
It was tough. It was a tough time.
Because Bombay had one of the worst lockdowns in the country. I mean, we started early. The lockdown was more than any city, which longer than any city.
Yeah.
So
no, it was very tough financially also, because my gym is my business, and running a business at the pandemic time was really hard because you cannot have any classes.
Yeah.
And staying away from martial arts and training was the toughest part. And obviously not earning or not be able to pay your dues is very hard, but we survived and we stayed strong. And I used to tell my guys what they need to do, and they used to ask me that what we can do at home.
So y'all used to do it virtually, like Zoom calls and everything, no?
Not too strict, but I used to guide them, and my athletes are very serious. I don't need to tell them what they need to do. They know to stay fit. There should be some activity, and then we coordinated, and then obviously we trained also sometimes. It's not that
you
cannot train. Then we trained just to have fun, and then once the pandemic ended, we just picked up the pace, and it's been great since.
But then mentally, it must have taken a lot, a toll on you also.
But what I feel that pandemic gave us some good realization of the current situation, what we are doing right now, because I was too relaxed in my life, and then once the pandemic hit, I realized that there are so many things I need to be ready or be prepared, because this can happen again, or we don't know. We have to just be ready.
Yeah.
And
so what do you think is the main difference in MMA back when you were doing MMA and now? What do you think is the main difference back then and now?
I keep telling my guys about this same thing, that long back when we used to train in 2010, 2011, and blue belt coming to the gym was like the big thing for us.
Yeah.
Now the black belt comes and we don't even go because we'll go for seminar, 2 din ke liye. But that time, if the blue belt comes, everybody used to come there because blue belt was
very rare also.
Yeah, very rare. I'm talking about like 10 years back, 11 years back. No, more than that. And blue belt or a black belt or anyone who comes from outside, it was a huge thing that we don't have access that much, And I don't think so. That time people used to go on YouTube or search what's the techniques and what's happening. We should train by ourselves, and we used to keep doing. And then somebody should tell, if you lock your legs like this, there is another submission.
So how did you learn? Back then, right now, you can go on YouTube and watch the videos, and
but and you can try to replicate it. And
but then back then, because I keep thinking about it. How did you guys cope up with it? It must be, I don't know.
We kept training.
Okay.
We just kept training, and we weren't that much technical. If you see my old fights, you will realize that I was very raw. In my takedowns were superb, but there were some finishing missing in my BJJ and my striking.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part, na? You don't pick up BJJ in like month or 6 months or a year. It's a long
it's a
process.
Journey. Yeah.
It's a journey. You just keep doing it. You can keep trying triangles for so many years and you won't get finished. But eventually you'll understand the dynamics of the triangle, and that's how I learned. It's not that somebody taught me all the techniques. Some I discovered myself. Some I just understood. Some I just ask few questions and automatically. Or sometimes I roll with fighters and I learn from them.
But you guys, what you guys have is the experience what today's generation don't have. So I mean, you win some, you lose some. Like,
True.
you all must have had it tough, but now because you all have so much experience, you can, like, these guys can take it from you. Any favorite, what's your favorite fight gear company? Something which, whose products you use often.
So I'll just start off with clothing. This thing I've tied up with Fluvium, so
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to them. Fluvium, they are doing a fantastic job. Their gloves are also fantastic. But if you ask international brand, I've used Twins
Okay.
as a boxing and shin guard. Their cups, their head guard, they are really good quality. What I will advise, if anybody goes to Thailand, they want to buy some stuff, they can go for Twins. It's really long lasting and not too expensive also.
And any favorite oral healthcare brand which you use often?
Right now I'm using Close Up.
Close up. And why?
Just because it gives that mouth
Fresh
wash
feeling.
wala,
That fresh feeling.
fresh. After the brush you feel that mouthwash wala.
You actually feel that.
I
right?
feel that. So
That's
that's why I use it. I used to use Pepsodent also, but Close Up is
So
better.
close up, I think, has two colors, blue and red.
Red. I use red.
You use the red one. Okay. If I'm not wrong, you keep traveling a lot to Thailand and Northeast also. Can you share with us why do you travel there often, Northeast and out of India, specifically to Thailand and everywhere?
Because you need to stay upgraded. What I said. Because there are things which I know, but the game is forever evolving. You cannot just stay satisfied. I know everything. So I want to go there and TCA Nagaland is the Combat Academy.
Yeah.
They are the group of Naga boys which have formed. His head coach is Kremeli Mehta.
Okay.
If you know, and we have been friend and training partner for so many years, and I know what he's doing. What I feel that their gym is one of the best training center in India right now, which
Okay.
offers a great training because
That's high
there
praise,
are-
yeah.
Yeah, because there are not many coaches who are completely invested in the fighters. There are coaches who just do their job and go home, but there are coaches who just 24/7 think about the fighters and their improvements.
And they have some amazing fighters coming
Amazing
from the gym.
fighters. It's all because of their coach's effort, because he wants them to stand out from the Nagaland, see who are these people, and
Yeah.
that's why I go there to feel the energy, and they have created such a great
You recently-
setup.
you recently
I recently
went,
went
yeah.
for my fight, and they have created like kind of a Thailand
Okay,
kind of style, open gym, and they have a cage, full size cage.
That ambience and everything.
Yeah,
is,
it's amazing. And what I feel that whenever I fight or my fighters, I just go there, train with them, exchange knowledge. It's amazing.
And also you keep you travel a lot to Thailand,
Thailand and Singapore.
So
Yeah.
why do Indian fighters keep going to Thailand? Specifically for training?
Yeah, for training, because
Is
we do have coaches here also. We have BJJ coaches, striking coaches. We have so many Muay Thai fighters and coaches. But what I feel, people go there because their training is more structured.
Structured in the sense,
In the sense they have planned their BJJ classes, their striking classes, and the coaches have the job to do it. What we get is high level of training partners
okay.
and a knowledgeable coach there at the same time. So we go there and we come back improved.
Yeah.
There is nothing that you go there and you don't learn anything. Even if you get dominated all rounds, you will come back as a better person. That's why people go there and just to train and learn new things about that. This is my observation.
Fair enough. Apart from your gym, what are the other gyms or places you think are the best to learn for BJJ and MMA in India and outside India?
Wow.
In your experience.
So for MMA, if you ask, I'll say the Combat Academy.
Okay.
Because they have great striking base, and they are good grapplers also, because Naga wrestling was also there, and Naga wrestling is very strong. But they have incorporated into MMA.
Understood. Yeah.
There are few things they need to work on, because every gym and every coaches needs to keep upgrading their thing.
True.
But there are so many camps. I think for BJJ also, I don't know, I cross train. What I like, Siddha Singh is my friend, and I like his style. And in Bangalore also there is IJJ, Rohit Vasudevan.
Rohit.
Yeah, he's also. I like those people who, commit themselves to martial arts rather than just doing a little and showing off a lot.
Understood.
That's why I make friends who are completely obsessed with their work
With
or
the
they're
sport,
goal oriented.
exactly.
I connect to those people more rather than those who are not doing much.
Also, I mean, I've seen, I think, many posts of your mother posing with your belts. So just wanted to ask you, what does she think about you and your MMA career? And how important do you think is the support of family? For anyone who wants to make MMA their professional career?
Right. So when I started MMA, obviously, my mom also didn't like me to take a profession where you're getting punched on the face. Nobody. I'm sure that today's fighters also facing the same problem.
Okay.
Even their parents know who's McGregor or who's GSP, and they are making so millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But they still know that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And what I told my mother that give me a year's time. If I couldn't do well, then I'll see what's next. We had a footwear shop, so I might join the footwear shop, and then. That same year that SFL came, and then I became pro. And then my mom said, okay, there is something. Yeah, obviously she still feels sad that when I get hurt.
Of course, but when you win,
I win, yes, and
she can be more proud. Yeah,
won my world titles. Obviously, she was very proud.
Because I've seen those, I've seen 3-4 posts, different posts where she's she's proud and happy with your. But then again, what do you think is the importance of you need to have family support, right? Especially in a country like ours, to make MMA the main career. So the support is required, right?
I keep telling my guys that if you cannot convince your mother or parents that how good fighter you can be, then how are you going to convince the world that you have that capability of becoming the best fighter?
Great words, yeah, man.
So you have to convince, and they should see it in her eyes that okay, my son is saying uske andar passion dikh raha hai. So I think so it's your responsibility. I just tell them.
So are you happy not joining your footwear business and being an MMA?
Yeah, absolutely. I love my life right now. Coaching, training every day. I wake up, I train, I have lunch, I hang out with my training partners, I go train.
So what does Chaitanya do when he's not in the gym? How do you relax? What do you do apart from smashing people?
It's very rare when I'm not in my gym. But whenever I'm not in my gym, I'm spending time with my family, my mom.
Okay.
Especially we go out to eat or movies. But mostly I see I listen to music and see videos and try to stay updated.
Any other thing, you have any side hustle? You do anything else? Nothing. You just MMA is your life, complete life.
When I'm not fighting or training, I'm just doing masti.
Okay.
Or most of the time,
okay.
With my friends.
Because I see you going on trips with your entire team. Because it's a great way to bond with them too.
But what I told them that you need to keep a circle small and only keep those people closer who has the same mentality as yours. They are same goal oriented, or they have some drive in them.
True.
Which you can take positive energy from them, and that's what I tell them. And I keep for myself. I keep my friend circle small. I don't go out with a lot of people, but whenever I go out, I have fun.
Okay. What would your advice be for people who would want to join MMA as a career right now? Any young guys who have still not joined MMA, or people who are amateurs? So coming from someone like you would be great as to what would they so if they're making MMA their career, what should be their focus? What should they be thinking?
Okay, so there are two things I'll address, and I'll be honest with it. There are fighters who just saw the fame, what MMA gives, and they are just chasing the fame, but they are neglecting the path which they need to cross. And even if you become a pro MMA fighter, the life won't be easy. The struggle will be there because I've been fighting pro more than 10 years now, and I still face struggle financially also. And there are stress mentally when you're training for a fight camp, and lot of stuff going on before you enter the cage.
Yeah.
And they just see the highlight, which is the fight, and the real movie plays in the
Behind the
training
scenes,
room.
yeah.
Where you're waking up with the sore body
Every
and
single
your
day.
neck is pained, your elbow is hurting and your shoulder is hurting, and you want to go to training, but your body says, okay, don't go.
Yeah.
And that is the main challenge they face, and there are so many fighters who give up at that point.
Yeah.
And there are points when you're training and you have to, like I said, you cannot go to family function, you cannot meet your friends, and you have to sacrifice everything.
Yeah, true.
You have to sacrifice your favorite foods also for a certain period of time. And that stress, not everybody can take it. You have to be a fighter before you step into the cage.
That mentality is completely different.
Yeah.
An MMA fighter's mentality, I mean...
Yeah. You have to be ready to sacrifice. Victory without sacrifice is nothing. And second thing I'll say, there are fighters who are doing really good, but they don't know where their career is headed. They need to find a good team. They need to see that they really have that much training partners which they can help them.
Okay.
Or do their coaches are capable of. If one coach is not enough, they should approach to other coach. If their coach is grappler, they should approach a striking coach and incorporate training with it and try and progress. You should be 1% better every day. If you're not doing that right now and you're just dreaming of becoming a McGregor, that will be a false thinking. They should be correcting their mistake. They have enough people in their gym. They have enough equipment or enough everything.
It's a long road.
Long
man.
road.
Like, people.
It's not kind of a college admission. You take college and you leave everything on the college.
Yeah.
That they'll take exam and once I pass,
Because of course, you gotta get a degree. It's not like that. You have to work towards it.
You have to work by yourself.
Yeah.
Knowledge is there, but you have to make sure that you are grasping the knowledge at the right time and you are staying in the right mind frame.
True. So coming to our last question, what's next for Chaitanya in 2022 and beyond?
I would say there will be a better version of Chaitanya Gavali in 2022 because I'm getting better every year. What I feel, I've been fighting only once a year, but I want to stay more active. There were things I had responsibilities also, but
now you're ready for it now.
I'm ready for it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove everybody wrong that if fighter becomes coach, he cannot fight. I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to become the best fighter in India, and I'm going to become the best coach in India, and that is my goal. I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
Wow, and like your gym is doing great now. Like it's one of the best places in Mumbai where you are there as the head coach.
Yeah.
So can you talk about it a little bit?
About my team?
Your gym.
My gym is Ultimate Fitness and Mixed Martial Arts. If you haven't heard, you should Google it. Ultimate Fitness and Mixed Martial Arts. We have a great fight team, great atmosphere in the team. We had just good vibes. We have separate MMA fight team, but we have separate BJJ family, I call it.
Oh wow.
People just come from office directly and they just go on the mat because it's the world. They have friends there.
Yeah.
Obviously they are trying to choke each other, but they are still friends.
True.
And the culture, I feel that I got the culture of BJJ in my gym, that everybody loves BJJ, and I'm sure that if anybody will come to my gym and they start training, they'll really love the training.
Of course, man.
Because it's not just training, it's just the way of life. Sharing your feelings and is amazing.
So one is you have playing more professionally, fighting more professionally. Second is your probably expanding it.
I'm expanding. I'm gonna shift my gym very soon, and I'm gonna try to add new things to it.
Any more things coming up this year? Because I'm sure a lot of especially a lot of good fighters from your gym are already participating in many national and international tournaments. So that is there as a head coach. But anything else coming up for you?
I think my 6-7 guys are already qualified for Asian Championship, and there are few more events which are invitational only, which are we got invitation for Mma Fighters because they want best fighters right now. So I think there are big challenges coming for us, and obviously for me, because I just fought and I did well. I couldn't get the win, but I'm sure there are a lot of challenges gonna come.
Of course, you'll bounce back. Any plans of organizing your own tournament soon?
I want to.
Okay.
Because I've been part of events which I used to organize, and I know how much effort and what are the things I need to take care of. But right now I'm fully occupied in my gym.
Okay.
In
Hopefully soon.
Managing a fight team is not easy.
Yeah.
So once I got that under control, then I might look at venturing out in the events.
Thank you, Chaitanya, for taking out time for this podcast. It was lovely talking to you, and we'll again catch up with you soon on hopefully another episode in the next seasons, coming up seasons.
Definitely.
Thank you for sharing your experience, because it matters, especially for guys in Bombay. I mean, we can tell proudly that we have guys like you too in the country and in the city of Bombay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arif, for inviting me, and I hope
all
that
my pleasure.
we do this again.
Of course we will. Of course we will. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
That's perfect.
I just stayed natural.
Yeah. How like?
It's good. It's good. I felt I was actually lost in I was in the zone.
Yeah. So I mean,
there was no distraction, nothing.